Most holders avoid liquidity pools because nobody shows them how to make the actual decisions, how to find the right pool, how to click the buttons to actually deploy into the pool, how to understand performance before you actually dive into the pool. So today we're going to be diving into all of those things from start to finish, exactly how to invest into your first Uniswap liquidity pool, just like we do in the mini course. First things first, I want to give you a 15-second refresher on what liquidity pools are. By deploying into a liquidity pool, you are allowing people to essentially trade with your capital. In other words, you are taking the other end of a trade to an extent. If someone swaps some Ethereum for USDC, well, guess what? They give you Ethereum and you give them USDC. If they do it opposite, then you give them USDC and they give you Ethereum. Now, obviously, what happens after they gain that Ethereum, that USDC, whatever it may be, that has no effect on you. You're just simply taking the other end of the trade when they are swapping assets. You're the counterparty. And of course, there are fees generated when trades happen, and those fees are paid out to liquidity providers. Now, Uniswap is the largest decentralized exchange in DeFi by TVL. It currently has a $2.8 billion TVL, with PancakeSwap right behind it at $2.2 billion roughly. So in today's video, we're going to be diving specifically into Uniswap, but just know that a lot of these interfaces look nearly identical, just in different branding, meaning that you can execute these steps on other exchanges as well. So on Uniswap, they have a couple different sections. They have the trade section. This is where people are trading between assets. The people that are paying us out are using this side of the interface. Additionally, there are aggregators that will route trades through Uniswap smart contracts without traders even having to interact with Uniswap directly, meaning that not everybody has to come to Uniswap to actually trade. Volume is going to flow through these pools regardless, and you are going to generate fees. There's also going to be the Explore section, which is kind of just like an analytics page for Uniswap. It'll show you the tokens on the platform, it'll show you the pools, and you can dive into these in specific and see some generalized metrics. But of course, this is not going to be detailed as if we were to use a third-party analysis tool, which we will use a little bit later on. And then there's the pool section, which is where you deploy into new pools or of course manage your existing positions. And very quickly before I dive in, we are going to go through this start to finish. But the thing is, if you do find yourself stuck and you need a little bit more support, whether it comes to the strategy, understanding when not to provide liquidity, understanding which pools make sense and which ones don't, then I created a 1-hour course that walks you through exactly how to open your first position, the exact buttons to click, how to get capital into these markets in the first place, and everything. And it's only $27 for a limited time. The price will be reverting back to $97 later in the week. Make sure to check that out at the top link in the description as soon as possible and go ahead and grab it. So the first thing that we need to do is find a position. So we can use the Uniswap Explore page and head over here to pools. It's going to sort all of these pools by TVL. You'll notice we have stuff like ETH to USDC, ETH to USDT, wrap Bitcoin to ETH, so on and so forth. What I'm specifically going to do is actually head over to a site called Metrics Finance, which is a third-party analytics software. And then from there, I'm going to make sure I'm looking on Uniswap as well as the Ethereum network. And of course, the cool part about Metrics is it does support multiple exchanges. So shall we wanted to branch out into Aerodrome or over on the Hyper EVM network in the future, we could do so without changing our process. Let's go ahead and just take a look at this Ethereum to USDC on the 0.05% fee tier. We could just go ahead and click on it and it will open it up over on Metrics Finance to allow us to see more data. But I do want to also open it up over here on Uniswap as well, so that way you guys can see the difference between using a third-party software as well as just doing it all by hand through Uniswap directly. So over on the Uniswap platform, it's going to show us some volume data, it's going to show us some liquidity data, and it's going to show us a bit about TVL and transactions and everything like that. But there's not going to be much detail when it comes to actually formulating our strategy, when it comes to finding the min and max price, when it comes to understanding the yield of your range, and of course, many other things. So that's why we use these third-party tools. Again, there's many out there. Metrics Finance is just my personal go-to, and we are using the free version of Metrics Finance today, meaning it does not cost you any money to use this. The next thing is to select our min price and max price. Now, if this is your first position, I would say don't worry about it too much. Choose negative 10%, plus 10%, or around that area, just to kind of get comfortable with the mechanics of the position. Don't go too tight of a range trying to squeeze out the highest yield, because there are drawdowns to that like impermanent loss. And of course, impermanent loss is one of the main reasons why people avoid liquidity pools altogether, because they are scared of it, but it can be your friend in certain times. And that's exactly what I distilled in that mini course. So in this case, I'd actually want to keep my min and max price at minus 15% plus 15%. And that's because it has plenty of Ethereum to essentially buy on the way down. You see, this 54% will be fully converted into Ethereum, and we will have more than 2.76 Ethereum, but no USDC left when we are at this min price of 1430. So keep that the same for now, because again, this is a first test position. You want to get comfortable, test the waters. And by going with a broader range, it's going to be a safer position to run because you're not instantly going to go out of range. And of course, you will be able to see how the mechanics actually shift you around. And of course, most investors do not do the boring work when it comes to liquidity pools. They dive straight into something that's high yield, and 90% of them lose money. But by doing the boring work, by opening up a test position with say $100, that literally does not affect you if the position goes out of range, if the position loses money, if you accidentally lose the receipt token, meaning you lose the entire position. And you get the reps in, you understand how to do things properly, so when you are ready to deploy real capital and heavy capital, you don't make mistakes and you don't lose money like most people do on their heavy amounts of capital. You see, if your friend or your buddy came to you next week and said, hey, I'm launching a company, I need $10,000 for this company to invest into it, you'd want to know the details about the company, right? Well, what are you planning on doing? How are you planning on making money? What's the revenue model? You'd want to know all of the details before you give them $10,000. But for some reason in DeFi, people think, oh, well, I should just park $10,000 here with 5 minutes of research. No, not at all, right? Sure, you might trust your friend, so it might be a little bit easier for your friend to get some money out of you. But at the same exact time, you need to build the trust with the platform, and you need to build the trust with your own strategy. And that's exactly what we're doing here, as well as in the $27 mini course at the top of the description. So the next thing that we're going to do is actually head back over to Uniswap, have the position open over here, and add liquidity. That's going to select the V3 position. It's going to select the pair. It's going to select the fee tier. And all we have to do is hit continue. And then from there, it's going to give us the option for custom range. We're going to toggle it so we can look at better pricing terms right over here. And then when it comes to our min and max price, we're just going to say minus 15% plus 15%. So over on Uniswap, if you just click where it says the percentages, we can type in a percentage as opposed to an actual price. It will auto correct our prices. That's completely normal. And the next thing that we're going to do is simply type in the amount of each token that we want to deposit. Now, metrics will tell us this for the most part. You'll see about 53.67 USDC is needed. That pre-fills the Ethereum and it totals to about $100. All we do is connect our wallet now. We'll select Rabby wallet, type in our Rabby passcode or whatever wallet we're using, and then from there, we'll be able to deploy our capital into this position, assuming we have the USDC as well as Ethereum in our wallet. And then after doing so, it'll look something like this. As you can see, I have a position right here, I have another position right here, and I have another position right here. If I dive into it, you will see that these fees have accrued over time. You'll be able to see that the asset ratio has changed because I did dive into this position with 50% USDC, 50% Ethereum. Now I have more USDC, less Ethereum. And when you're ready to collect fees, you can simply click a button over here, click one more, hit begin signing process in your wallet, and then fees are now in your wallet. When you're ready to exit the pool, you can remove liquidity and of course get out of this pool instantly by just simply clicking a couple of buttons. That's exactly how you invest into Uniswap liquidity pools or liquidity pools as a whole. Remember, in my $27 mini course, which is only $27 for a limited time until the end of the week, we show you exactly how to get your capital into these markets, exactly how to set up your wallet, as well as what buttons to click when it comes to deploying into your first liquidity position, and of course, what to do afterwards, after you deploy into your first liquidity position, and most importantly, when you should LP and when you should not LP. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, notifications turned on if you are new here to the channel. Watch a couple videos, stick around, I'll put one on the screen right now. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.